What have you got? It's a rabbit hole, buddy. Leave the poor things alone. Here's my car. I don't know what I would do if I saw somebody breaking into it. Yeah. Although quite why they would want to is the question. It's kind of nice here. There's the white noise from the city, but it's not obtrusive. I used to live a long time ago. Those houses there. Dot. Used to live there. A place called Menus Hill. One of those strange Scots spelling pronunciation things. It's actually spelled M-E-N-Z-I-E-S-H-I-L-L because presumably it belonged to the farmer Mingus. Now it looks like Menzies, so it should actually be pronounced Menzies Hill. Well, it looks like it should be pronounced Menzies Hill, but we pronounce it Mingus Hill. Why? I don't know. We just do. Although, strangely enough, there was a shop called John Menzies. Although some people did call it John Mingus, but I always called it John Menzies, even though I lived in Mingus Hill. I went to Mingus Hill High School. No, I used to go to Mingus Hill. How did I pronounce my school? Menus Hill High School, we used to pronounce it. Menus Hill. Yeah, Menus Hill, that was it. God, I should know. I lived there for 22 years. There's a train coming across the bridge. I don't know if we can see it from here, can we? The Discovery. Oh, nah. Where's the road bridge? There's the road bridge just at the back. Well, you can just see its masts. I'll need to take you there someday. It's the RRS Discovery, the ship that took Captain Scott to the Antarctic on his ill-fated mission. You know, where he made the "I'm going outside now, I may be gone some time," meaning he was going out to die. The ship was built here in Dundee, hence Dundee's nickname, the City of Discovery. Boom boom. And it is now berthed at Discovery Quay. Or is it Discovery Quay or is it Discovery Point? Discovery Point, that's right. There's a big exhibition, sort of. You can go around this building and see Dundee's legacy, which unfortunately was actually whaling, and that's something to be terribly proud of. We used to build whaling ships here, because this used to be, oh, there's the train cutting through the Fife hillside, the Fife countryside. Yeah, we used to build whaling ships. So, you know, that was what we did in those days. Whaling ships and jam and journalism. DC Thompson, of course, the world famous DC Thompson, home of the Beano and the Dandy, and of course respectively home to Desperate Dan, Dennis the Menace, the proper one, not that little pasty faced git that you guys have got in America. A real menace. Ours is a menace to society, really true, with his dog Nasher. But like us, eh, bud? Jeez. The brakes on, bud. Jute jam and journalism. That was the 3 J's that Dundee was famous for. We used to have a lot of jute mills in Dundee, which is, you know, sacking, the stuff they make, you know, that rough-hewn Hessian stuff that they make a sacks with. As I say, jute jam Keeler's, Keeler's Jam Factory. A long time ago, in fact, I think I'm not sure if we're credited with the invention, if you like, of marmalade. A long time ago, a Spanish merchant ship went down in the Tay estuary, and it was carrying with it a load of Seville oranges. Seville oranges. Sound like Johnny Depp, don't I? The Pirates of Caribbean. Oh, I'm so sorry about that. It was carrying crates of Seville oranges, and of course they all floated ashore, and nobody, well, of course Seville oranges are very, very sour, so nobody knew what to do with them, so they gave them to Mrs. Keeler, and she turned them into orange marmalade, of which Keeler's orange marmalade is world famous. If you're sitting in a hotel, you know, in Japan or Australia, India, and you come down for your breakfast and your little bits of toast, and you've got those little square blobs of marmalade, chances are it could be a W. What's their initials again? W.S. Keeler. We'll go through the squeaky gate again. Hey! Come on, you. Yeah, really nice orange breakfast marmalade. Wonderful stuff. So, there you go. There's Dundee's 3 J's, jute jam and journalism, of which we do very little of all of them now. DC Thompson's still going strong, but not many jute mills. They're all converted into flats and God knows what. And jute jam journalism, yeah, as I said, DC Thompson's. But this is a rather nice little walk. I wasn't actually going to do any talking on this, simply because I don't actually have anything to talk about at this moment in time. So I was going to let nature do the talking, which she is doing rather admirably. The Tay, which is a tidal river, up to obviously a certain point. I mean, this is technically the Tay. This is the River Tay, and that heads off into the Tay estuary, which is where Tayport is, where I live. Buddy, don't go in the water, because I don't have anything to dry you with. Now, how the hell are you going to get back up here? Oi, up, bud. Oh, dogs, who'd have them? Come on, how are you going to get up here now? This is going to be a laugh. The ultimate all-terrain vehicle. Only my Land Rover could do that. What the hell was I saying? Yeah, so the Tay is a tidal river, and judging by the looks of the movement of the water, it is going out. Tide is going out. You can actually, if you stand, you can see the entire river moving, you know, in the direction, whether it's coming in or going out, but you can actually see the direction it's moving in. It's quite something. But this is a nice little sort of witchy sort of willowy thickety type thing. Very Middle-earthy. Or Hansel and Gretel-y. Hans Christian Andersen-y. Hans Christian Andersen-esque. There we go, that would be the term, wouldn't it? I have no idea. But it's a shingly beach here. This is the town of Wormit. Yes, Wormit, W-O-R-M-I-T. But it's a lovely little town on the Fife coast of the River Tay, opposite Dundee, which you can see over there. It's like a lot of little places, little coastal places close to big towns. They've kind of expanded so much that they've swallowed up the neighbouring town and vice versa. So there's actually Wormit and Newport, which used to be 2 separate communities, but now they just merged together. But Wormit has this air about it. There's not an awful lot of new build, and they haven't actually extended it out into the countryside, which is good, because you've still got all these fields here. Excuse me. And Wormit still really feels almost post-war. Apart from obviously satellite dishes and new lampposts and they have to say the occasional house and double glazing and whatnot. If you were to remove all the cars from the street, you know, it really would look unchanged, or like it hasn't changed in a long time, and I kind of like that now. I'm getting very nostalgic these days. I kind of like the way things were, which isn't to say I don't like new architecture and new toys and gadgets, but I seem to be harking for a simpler way of life, getting back to basics, not become, or allow myself to become so reliant on things. Morphine was saying the other day his internet connection slowed right down, and a few weeks or a month or so ago I actually lost mine for an afternoon, and it really did feel like somebody had taken my legs away. I felt helpless just because of an internet connection. Whoa, becoming too reliant on technology. And I really would like to get myself a little house close to a community of sorts, rural preferably, you know, and grow my own stuff, and become as self-sufficient as possible. But obviously I might have to rely on the national grid for electricity, but even then I would quite like to get solar panels. And I know that's relying on technology, and I would also like to be next to a river so I can employ the movement of the river to also generate electricity. But I think there's a satisfaction in sitting down to a meal that you yourself have actually grown and cultivated yourself, rather than going in and buying these precision-made vegetables that you get in the supermarkets. And I'm kind of feel myself being drawn, being pulled inexorably towards that kind of life. Things are getting too easy for us, that it's so easy to become complacent and become reliant on these things, so that when they actually do break, which they eventually does, you're left stranded, and it's a horrible, horrible feeling. Not being in control. Wow, it's really coming in. Anyway, these are my ramblings for today. As I said, I didn't have anything of importance, so I've just bored you all. Bored you all senseless. Right, back to the car.